Hi guys, welcome to my first channel. My name is Vivat. In this video, I would like to introduce you how to build the custom reinforcement learning and apply this model with the real case scenario. Let's check it out step by step. There are four steps that you have to follow. The first one, install your VS Code, and the next one, create your Honda environment, and the step three, install the library that you need it, and last one, just build and train your custom reinforcement models, and then we're gonna test this model out together. Let's do it. So before we start, we have to get the VS Code first, and then get the source code from my GitHub. Let's check this link. I have to download VS Code first, so I would like to click on this button and then just install the VS Code, then link to my laptop. Let's get into the source code that we would like to install. Just click on the button, apply reinforcement learning to solve real world problem. Get into the code and then just copy it. And after you already install your VS Code, just come back to VS Code and make sure that you already in the direct folder. Then just put this code. Let's check it out together. What is it inside? The first one is README. You have to follow this file together and then just get into the RL temp. So before we start, we have to install our Conda environment first. So let's get back to the README file and follow step of the install. So you have a three steps that you have to code it. For this one, you have to get into the terminal and then click on the new terminal. Make sure that you choose the correct prompt. For me, I would recommend you to do this one, command prompt, and then just create the conda. For this one, you just say yes. But for me, because I already have it, so I will say no at this time. Okay, after you already create this Conda environment, so make sure that you already get it. Okay, cool. I have already get this one RF medium. So the thing that you have to do is activate to this conda. And then install the requirements of the library that you need it for running reinforcement models. So I have already packed all of it for you. Get back to this one and then do the pip install. For this one, you have to make sure that you get into the correct folder first. So we have to get into this by using this CD and then folder. And then we pip install. Okay, so you already get the library that you all need. And the next one is conda install. This one is optional. You can install. And let's get into my code. So let's start. Make it clear before we getting in the code. We would like to adjust the temp of the air conditioner. And the goal is we would like to use reinforcement learning to optimal and maintain the temperature target that we setting up. In this part, we will start with the section 2 first, the custom reinforcement learning. There are four parameters that you have to know before you build it. The first one is state, the second one is action, the third one is the reward, and the last one is exit. What is state? State is the current situation, the current position. For example, if you have the temperature is 38 and then in the future your temperature is going up to 39 or 40. So that is state. The first state is 38. The second state is 39. And the next state is 40. And how it is changing, how it is increasing or decreasing is depending on the action. If you have the action that you would like to increase the temperature from this current state to the next state by one, so the action is increase the volume by one, and then the temperature will be increasing. And then what is reward? Reward is the thing that you capture and then give the positive score. For example, if you would like to get the range of the temperature between 38 until 40, and every state, the temperature is not out of the range. So every time when it's lunch, you will get the positive reward one by one and it's cumulative. And then you will get the total score depending on how much you would like to run. For example, if I would like to run for 100 minutes, so after 100 minutes, you will get the total score back. That is the four parameter that you have to know. And then we're gonna go to get it start step by step in this code together. Let's get into the step function. In the step function, it also includes state, action, shower length, and also the reward. For the state, it can changeable by the action. So if you have any action such as increasing, so the next state will be increasing by one. And then every time it's run, it's gonna be counting as its exit. And don't forget it. Every time when you run and still remain in the range of the temperature that you need, for example, this one is 37 until 39, so you get the reward back by one. And when it's exit, you will get the total score. It can be like 40, 50, depending on how much good of your training models. Let's look to the next one is reset. The reset function is reset all of the value to be the first initial value that you set up. After we already learned all the thing of the reinforcement, it's a time to do our coding. And as you see, in this one we fix the temperature, which in the real world you cannot fix it. You have to give the temperature, such as you would like to adjust your temp from 30 to 29. So we have to modify this code together. I will show you how to do it. Let's follow me. We have to run this block first. Make sure it's run properly. As I said before, we don't want to fix the temperature, so we have to add something inside of the function. And then we're gonna fix some of the line, which is this. And don't forget to modify the reset function. Because when we would like to use this function, we would like to reset the value as the initial value setup. Okay, let's try to run it. Now we already have a flexible temperature as the input and also flexible reward range. So we would like to try this environment that is work properly or not. I would like to change the name of this one to be like a ACT, which is air conditioned temperature. So run this block. And this one, I would like to print some of the data that is work correctly. So follow me. Okay, from the output, you will see the first one that we give the initial input is going to be like a 38 and we would like to get it. And also after we do the reset, it will show you as a 50. So that is great. That is correct. If it's not like this, it means that you will have faced with something that is going to be like error. And also, I print some of the action space which can be 0, 1, 2, and also the observation space which can start with 0 until 100. And we set at the first step. Let's try. Cool. So I think our environment is work properly. So let's get into the next step. Build the deep learning model and also the RL model. Let's start with deep learning models and the basics. We have to give at least three components to the deep learning models. The first one is going to be input layer, and the next one is going to be the hidden layer, and the last one is the output. So let's look into my code. Input layer that I give is a state. So it's going to be like temperature value, and then the hidden layer, I would like to create for two hidden layer and also has 128 value each hidden layer. And the output is action, which contain three. The first one is going to be reduce. The second one is going to be stay. And the last one is going to be increase the temperature. So we would like to predict the action. So let's see what is happening after I run this cell. So you can see the state is going to be 1, which is a temperature, and action is going to be 3, which is an action. And then you can see the model summary, that is correct or not, to hidden layer and the output layer. So for this one, it's already clear and it's already finished as you want. So let's get into the build RL agent model. For the IL agent model, you can create your callback or you can skip it. The callback will give you some of the record that you would like to add, such as you would like to get total reward each training, and then it will store total reward, and then you can see the results. And this is the model of the RL agent that we have to modify it. The first thing that you have to do is separate your RL agent out of the code. The RL agent includes policy, memory, and DQN, which is a deep Q neural network that we would like to build. For the policy, if you would like me to describe more, please comment in the box and then I will apply as soon as possible. For the memory, it's a data point that reinforcement would like to store. And the DQN is a deep Q network learning model that you would like to use for the training. You can set up the warm-up step like me 1000 or you can say 5000, whatever you want. And the target model is it will update the weight every time it's changed more than 0.001. It means that 0.1%, if it changes, it will update the weight. You can set up by yourself. And now it is the time that we have to modify our code. If you notice, you will see that we give just one temperature in the training model and it cannot face with the real problem because in the real one, you would like to change the air temperature as much as possible. For example, you would like to change between 20 to 30, but how to do it? I will show you tips. So what we have done, we're gonna train with the two different temperature, which are 40 and 50. And if you would like to improve it, you can train as much as you want. For example, you can train the temp between 40 until 50 or 20 until 40. And that you can do this in the real case. If you would like to adjust the temp to 22, this model already been trained, so it will automatically change the temperature to the temp target that you want. So let's start do the training for two of this temperature together. So now we already get the result. You can check the episode reward. If it's increasing every time it's launched, so it's great. So let's check the chart. So every episode when it's running, it's still better, and then the run result. If you train like this, so you can make sure that if you run into real test case, it's gonna give you a good result. So this one is a 40 temperature, and the next one I would like to show you about the 50. Okay, that one is also good. So we have already get this one. So we save in the weight like this, DQN 1040 and DQN 1050. And if you would like to get more range of the temp, you can do the training for whatever number you want. So we're gonna test out our model in the real test case scenario. So I would like to give the input value, and then I would like to see how our model try to adjust the model automatically. So if I give them as a 40, it should be trying to remain temperature for 40, and then you will see the total reward. That's work very well or not. Let's do it together. You have to write this code first, and then we will write the next code. Okay, for this one, you have to input the value of the temp by yourself, and then it will show you what temperature that you set up. And for this one, because we train for two temps different, which is 40 and 50, so I will not set up in the different value. If you set up in a different value, it will give you some response that you have to adjust to 40 or 50. Let's check it out. On the cell, and then you have to enter the value. So if I give like a 45, what is the result? Yes, that's what I say. So do it again for 40, and then you see the reward. That is great. If you get the reward like this, it means that your model work very well, and it means that if you use in the real case, your air condition will try to automatically adjust to the temp that you set up, which is 40. So it is totally great. Let's check for the 50. Wow, cool. I think you already get the tips how to build your own custom reinforcement learning apply with the real world scenario. Thank you all you guys for watching this video. I hope this video helped you a lot. And if you would like to see how I fared with different challenge using reinforcement learning, just subscribe me and then I hope that we will see each other in the next video. Thank you.